Let us see how to use motion, editing, and completion commands in command line mode. Many of these commands are very similar to those available in insert mode. Let us say you started searching for command and you later realized you want to search with uppercase C. Then you can use arrow motions, or you can also use home and end keys. So pressing end goes to the end and pressing home goes to the start of the command line. If mouse is enabled, you can also use that to position the cursor. For example, if I want to go directly to this point, I can just click the mouse. With control, the left and right arrows moves the cursor left and right by one word. So this is white space separation. You can also use shift key instead of control. For example, I'm just going to give a random example. So now if I use control left, you can see it moves by one word, which is based on white space separation. If I press it again, it should move to this location, and so on. We already saw an example for home and end. Instead, you can also use Control B. You can remember it as beginning for home and Control E. So E is for end. To delete a word before the cursor, you can use Control W. So note that this is lowercase word and not uppercase word. So let me show an example. So if I use Control W, it should delete only the parenthesis character, and again it should delete hello. If I use again, this sequence should be deleted, and so on. If I use Control U, it will delete all the characters before the cursor. So let me show another example. So if I use Control left arrow, moves here, another Control left arrow. So suppose the cursor is at this location, and if I use Control U, it deletes all the characters before the cursor. Control U. Next, let us see a few examples with Control R. So you can insert various things using Control R. For example, if I use Control R followed by percentage, it will insert the current file name. If you have something in the A register, so let us copy these two words, and now if I use Control R followed by A, it should paste those two words. If you use equal to followed by an expression, you will get the result of that expression. So for example, Control R equal to, and let's say I want to do some arithmetic, so you will get the result. Similarly, you can use for date, so Control R equal to, so let's say I want the current date in this particular format. So I get the result. Let's see next shortcut. Control D shows completions based on the characters you have typed so far. For example, if I type E and then I press Control D, it show me completions based on the context. So this context is a start of a command line mode command. So commands starting with E should be shown in the command line area. So I'm going to press Control D. So these are the commands starting with E. If I use an argument, so for edit, it's a file name. So Control D should show file starting with S in the current directory. So these are all the files starting with S in the current directory. Another way to autocomplete is using the tab key. So let me show an example. And now let me press tab. Shows me possible completions, and let me press tab again. It will cycle through these suggestions. You can change the behavior using the while mode setting. If you started some command line mode command and you want to just cancel and go back to normal mode, you can either use Ctrl C or escape. So I am going to press Ctrl C. With escape, it will also depend on the CP options setting. You can use the help topic user_20.txt for a nice tutorial on working effectively in the command line mode. See the help topic cmd line-editing and cmd line-completion for more details.